Good.
You're here.
A captive audience.
And you're about to experience a
Story.
But not just any story.
No.
This is a ghost story.
Ooh. About ghosts.
And it's full of them.
And some of you might be scared.
But not really scared like a monster killing you at camp scared.
Kill.
No.
We are strong women.
And we will not be killed by the likes of you.
So I guess I'll just go?
They bring up politics at dinner scare.
Well, let's talk about Russia.
Or there no oasis. Capitalism is killing the middle class, Dad. So think about the mashed potatoes.
I will not have a communist in my house.
This is why I'm moving to the commune. No!
That kind of scary.
This is a story about love.
And loss.
Hope.
And despair.
Magic.
And mayhem.
It's a story about neighbors falling in love.
And the two lonely souls who make it happen.
The
Ghost of Barnaby Street by Donald Moss. Our story starts with the building of a house.
By an odd man named Oscar Barnaby.
Oscar Barnaby was extremely wealthy.
Weirdly tall.
And he loved to quote Shakespeare.
To be or not to be? That is the interrogative.
Incorrectly.
And he hated all of humanity.
The world is an unweeded garden that needs to be plucked.
Oh.
So he bought a large plot of land.
And began building his home.
And began preaching to the town.
It will be a fortress against the rabble.
Yeah.
A castle to protect my most precious treasure.
Yeah,
An impenetrable cave where darkness and you idiots cannot come in.
The house was built 3 stories high.
It loomed over anyone who came near.
Strangers admired its beauty.
Brother Barnaby, it is Reverend Cromwell. This is Goody Catherine.
Hello!
And Goody Dorcas.
It's biblical!
Please let us in so we may pray over this establishment. Brother Barnaby leaned out the front door and said,
Get off, my lawn!
And so they left Oscar, his wife, and newborn baby alone.
But sometimes intruders are already inside of the house.
Hello?
and Oscar found himself with a new house guest, his sister Temperance.
How many stairs are in this monstrosity?
Typically, women were not equal to men.
The female sex is infinitely more superior.
And so she had never married.
Her presence in the house grated on the Barnaby's nerves.
Especially after Temperance made an observation about her niece. A prune. She looks like a prune. It must come from your side of the family, Annabelle. We Barnabys have no fruits in our ancestral tree.
She needs to go.
Although Oscar agreed,
He couldn't throw his sister out into the world.
She could die out there.
Your point is?
So, he built an identical house.
100 feet away from his own,
Just as tall,
just as foreboding.
and just as likely not to get you invited to tea.
Wonderful. More stairs. How will I ever repay you?
By staying there.
But he connected the houses with an enclosed breezeway
And the Barnabys lived in quiet solitude.
and watched their daughter Sadie grow.
Oscar and Annabelle began to warn her of the dangers of the world.
The world does not love you.
It will take from you and take from you and take from you.
There are dangers out there that you cannot imagine.
Sadness beyond any you have ever felt.
Only we can protect you.
Only we can love you.
You will only be safe here
With me.
with us.
I want to see the world.
The Barnabys' love for their daughter was born out of fear.
And they doubled their efforts to protect her.
Oscar gave her carefully chosen books.
Do you have any without a woman throwing herself in front of a train or dying in an attic fire?
No.
Stories before bed.
And she wandered in the desert looking for her prince, and she never found him. And do you know what happened?
She threw herself in
Front of a train, yes.
Trains can be a real nuisance.
As Sadie's fear of the world grew,
Her desire to leave dwindled,
She avoided the front door, hid from windows.
and depended on her parents for everything.
Until one day, her mother died.
and her father,
Who loved his wife so much that his heart was broken.
soon followed. I don't know what to do.
Sadie Barnaby sat with the bodies of her parents, too afraid to enter the world.
You poor silly prune. Temperance took the breezeway in control of Sadie. There's no more danger out there than in here, silly girl. Go out and live your life.
And Sadie would try.
Once she even placed her hand on the door.
I can't. I just can't.
The years rolled on,
And Sadie remained indoors.
until Temperance called Sadie to her side.
Prune, your father's stares have finally killed me. Idiot. Promise me that when I go, you will not hide yourself. You will break down that door and live a life I would be proud of.
Sadie couldn't answer.
Promise me.
But Temperance passed before Sadie could speak. I'm alone.
Only we can protect you.
Only we can love you. You will only be safe here.
The fear her parents taught her would not let her leave.
So her parents' wishes came true.
Sadie never entered the world.
And she lived.
Only to die in the house on Barnaby Street.
But souls who have never experienced love are given a second chance.
And as she breathed her last breath, Sadie Barnaby entered her house as a ghost.
Well, look who it is. Guess it's me and you, Prune, unto the end of time.
Oh, I wish I was dead.
You are. Sadie wasn't much different.
She floated from one room to another.
Ignoring her in as much as possible.
Days passed into weeks into months, and months skipped years and went right to decades.
Until one day, when passing a window in her parents' bedroom,
Decay caused the curtain to tear.
And Sadie found herself looking out onto the world for the first time in a century.
what in the?
Across the yard,
In an identical room.
Stood something Sadie had never seen before.
Aunt Temperance, look!
oh well, I never.
Temperance was right.
She had never.
Because what Sadie saw in her aunt's old room was a man!
And Temperance was having none of it. There's a street tough in my bedroom. My silky garments are in there. Hey, you, young man.
Temperance, the living can't hear us. Sadie was right. The living could not hear the voices of the unloved.
So it was an unexpected surprise when the stranger turned toward their house.
And Sadie made eye contact with a man for the first time in her life.
He's dead, like me.
It was like electricity surged from 100 South Barnaby Street to 100 North Barnaby Street.
Passing through the torn down breezeway.
And right into Sadie's heart. In that instant,
She was in love.
You might be asking yourself,
Who was the man in Aunt Temperance's old bedroom?
how long had he been there?
Had he found her silky garments?
What kind of silky garments did Aunt Temperance have?
Was he wearing her silky garments?
I don't think anyone is asking that.
To answer those questions, we will have to cue a flashback.
Flashback.
30 years ago,
After the houses were separated,
And inherited by various Stinson Barnabys.
a young musician moved into 100 South Barnaby Street.
His name was Colin Huck.
That's me.
He was painfully thin.
I'm too poor to eat.
even more painfully shy.
I hate talking to people.
And like Sadie,
Had never found someone to love him.
his plan was to move into the big house on 100 South Barnaby Street.
And compose an opera so that women will fall in love with me.
no.
Instead,
After setting his first box down in what should have been his new bedroom, Colin Hook slipped on some blank sheet music entitled
Catastrophe! And tumbled down 3 flights of very steep Barnaby stairs.
Bro, that must have hurt.
Oh man, that was quite a spill.
It was more than a spill.
I think I'm gonna be sick.
Everything in the human body that could break,
Broke.
and Colin Huck was suddenly
undeniably dead.
Well, this is very inconvenient, I must say.
Colin's spent his days trying to play keys that would not move.
Sing to birds who couldn't hear him.
and made contact with the outside world.
Oh good, a Jehovah's Witness.
Until one day when he heard a noise from across the yard.
Hey, you, young man!
Is that the foghorn?
Then, Colin Huck made eye contact with the most beautiful woman he had ever seen.
It was like electricity surged from 100 North Barnaby Street to 100 South Barnaby Street.
In that instant,
He was in love.
That is definitely not a foghorn.
In that moment, Sadie and Colin knew they had to meet.
I'm going over there.
Sadie and Colin simultaneously floated down 3 flights of stairs.
Across identical living rooms.
And reach your duplicate doors that
Won't open!
Are you kidding me? The one time I want to leave the house.
Why?
Why is a good question.
Since the majority of you are among the living,
It's time we explain.
The rules of the dead.
Number 1.
A ghost cannot move objects.
Open, dang it!
Number 2.
A ghost cannot make noises that a human can hear.
Number 3.
A ghost cannot materialize and cause confusion for the human populace.
Re Elvis Presley.
Thank you very much.
And number 4.
And a ghost cannot leave the environment where their body died.
Since the breezeway had been destroyed by some Barnaby ancestor,
Curse you, Methuselah Barnaby!
Sadie and Colin found themselves trapped in their own homes.
Only able to see one another through 2 panes of glass.
Across 50 feet of yard.
they tried to communicate through hand signals.
But that didn't always end well.
Either he played piano or he died by violent seizure. Years passed and neither left their bedroom windows.
They signed for hours.
And at night,
If you were passing by on the darkened Barnaby Street,
You might notice that a group of lightning bugs floated between the 2 houses.
And moved like a wave of love.
So you could hardly blame them when they didn't notice 2 separate moving trucks in front of each house.
Gavin Green moved into 100 South Barnaby Street.
He was in his early 20s, dressed in superhero t-shirts.
and made his money by playing video games on YouTube.
Kill shot, baby.
Nancy Murphy moved into 100 North Barnaby Street,
She was also in her early 20s.
dressed in patterned dresses.
And made her money by baking elaborate cakes on YouTube.
And that was a simple 8-hour process.
In other words,
They were millennials.
So they had no idea how to communicate with a normal human being.
Oh, hey,
Hey,
you live there?
yeah?
Cool. I live there.
Well, bye then. It's a commonly known fact that
when 2 people move into homes right next to each other,
On the very same day.
At the very same time,
And their first encounter is awkward.
they must fall in love.
So here we are.
at an impasse,
With a couple who has the freedom to fall in love if they would only leave their homes. And a dead couple who are in love and can't leave their houses.
how will you solve this problem?
What have countless bad authors done when they've written themselves into a corner?
You don't mean
Deus Ex Machina! Hello!
Sadie and Colin suddenly found themselves face to face with a trio of otherworldly creatures.
They appeared in each room simultaneously.
Who are you?
what are you? Why are you here?
We're here
to
to
help.
Before we get started, I should introduce us. My demon name is pretty hard to pronounce, so you can call me Sheepshanks.
Demon name?
Wait, what's your real name?
Bada bada bada, ding ding ding, he-on, he-on, he-on.
Got it. Sheepshanks it is.
And this here is Squid Shanks.
Hey, Bob!
And the little one on the end there, that's polyethylene Shanks.
But you can call me Polly.
Nice to meet you, Polly.
Thank you, I really enjoy your story fest. It's fun.
Thank you. It's what I died in.
Oh?
Hey, it depends on what your definition of a demon is.
An evil spirit sent from hell to torment humans?
Yep, that's pretty much
She
it.
don't know.
Right down the middle.
The Shakespeare were not the most well-known demons to wander the earth.
They did not possess humans.
Or tempt them to sin.
They were far more insidious than that.
Sheepshanks, Squidshanks, and Polyshanks were inconvenience demons.
And they were diabolical.
You know that thing where you just washed all your clothes and you go to fold your clothes and you're missing one sock? There's like no possible way you could have misplaced that sock, but you still only got one sock?
Yeah.
I'm the demon that ate the sock.
How horrible!
They're very tasty.
I steal ink pens and drink the good stuff down.
I just thought they rolled away.
And what hell do you read?
First of all, thank you for appreciating my work. Secondly, I take Tupperware lids.
Normally, this would get a bigger reaction.
Because a human without a matching Tupperware lid is a human on the edge of uncontrollable rage.
Why do I only have bowls? Thousands and thousands of bowls!
But Sadie and Colin expired before Tupperware was invented.
Which left poor Polyshanks crestfallen.
Oh, just trust me, it's horrible.
We're not the worst one.
We got a sister that just started about 2 decades ago.
She's very slick.
Flips your USBs upside down.
Try this side. No, I just tried that side. Okay, maybe this. Why won't you go in?
Ugh.
It's pure evil.
We're very jealous.
But why are you here?
Inconvenience demons are very observant.
You have to be when looking socks, pins, and lids.
So they noticed that Sadie and Colin were in love.
But had no idea how to solve their own problem.
The Shanks also noticed that the living inhabitants of Barnaby Street were not inconvenienced by the demons.
And quite frankly,
It was hacking the demons off.
So we suggest a solution.
The only way you two can be together is if the houses are connected.
And the only way they'll ever be connected is if those two are connected.
Like a lost sock finding its partner in my stomach.
Like ink being shoved back in a pin.
Like a Tupperware lid burping. Get it?
Sadie and Colin did not get it.
Okay, if we can make those two fall in love, they can rebuild your breezeway, and you two can finally do whatever ghosts do in circumstances like these.
but why do you want to help us?
Oh, honey, why do we want to help you?
Oh, sweetie, what a stupid question.
Because love is the biggest inconvenience of them all.
So the girls set out observing their new tenants.
They memorize their morning routines.
Maisie was up at the crack of dawn.
Hello, sunshine.
And Gavin slept until 1 in the afternoon.
I hate the sun.
Macy ended her days by watching romance movies. Kiss him. Just shut up for 2 minutes and kiss him.
And Gavin killed 6th graders online for 10 hours a day.
Oh, headshot! Take that, PJ Homeboy 69. You're dead.
And Will spends a lot of time staring into a camera.
Today, we are going to start our Taj Mahal cake, which you can finish in just 1,242 easy steps.
So I got this demo from Rockstar, and I've heard some pretty gnarly things about it. So let's just buckle up and play this bit.
I don't think he has any friends.
I don't understand her at all.
The two ghosts realized
Even though Macy and Gavin were busy,
They were just as lonely as the ghosts had been before they died.
we have to help them. The first step was disabling the Wi-Fi.
the Shanks pulled a couple wires.
About 40!
And
What's that crap?
No, 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 no!
There is no horror more terrifying than the cessation of an internet connection.
When faced with this tragedy,
Humans go through 5 stages.
Denial cannot be happening.
Anger.
I have turned the router off and on again.
Bargaining.
If you will just please turn it on again, I swear I won't look up shirtless Post Malone pics anymore.
And acceptance.
in this case, the neighbors found themselves outside.
Oh. Hey,
Hi.
your internet down?
Yeah. Yours?
Yeah, I mean, that's why I asked.
Things weren't off to a great start.
I'm sorry. It's just I make money off of YouTube, so I'm losing cash.
Me too.
Oh, really? What do you do?
I have a baking channel.
Oh, I love cake. I play games.
Well, it's getting pretty late.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. Talk to you later.
Yeah.
That night, the Shanks went to work.
Whispering into the unconscious minds of the victims while they slept.
Girl, you could not do much better.
She has all the tea. You like tea.
Did you see how he filled out that Rick and Morty t-shirt?
She didn't throw up when she saw ya.
T-shirt.
Throw up.
T-shirt.
The Shanks began manipulating the houses.
Causing the shades to roll up, when Gavin and Maisie were in opposing windows.
Hi.
Resetting alarm clocks so that they woke up at the exact same time.
Oh, what is that?
The sun!
Oh, it burns! It burns!
Soon the two were texting each other.
I got another 20 subscribers today.
I made a 10-year-old cry.
And the ghosts of Barnaby Street decided it was time to officially haunt the place.
Sadie had a theory. In the stories my mom told me, she would be scared of the arm of a man who would eventually throw her in front of a train. The night they started with the usual ghostings.
Moaning.
Doors slamming.
Hinges creaking.
Cats screaming.
And objects moving on their own.
Boom.
Macy and Gavin were too sound asleep to notice.
These people tough.
You know what you need to do?
No, not that.
Sheep Shake stepped forward.
He cleared his throat.
And started singing.
This is how you remind me of what I really am. It's not like you say sorry.
My God!
What is that?
This time I'm mistaken.
Mistaken.
For you know hard work breaking.
Nickelback came pouring out of every speaker.
Every vent.
And every hole in the house.
To the bottom of everybody.
Gavin and Maisie fled to the yard.
And huddled in fear.
I don't think I can ever go back in there.
Did you hear it too?
It was pounding in my ears.
Like water torture.
I think our houses are haunted.
No, listen, don't be silly. It's probably just...
A chair came hurtling out of 100 North Barnaby and flew into 100 South Barnaby.
There has to be a logical explanation. Yeah, they're haunted.
Gavin and Maisie hid in his car.
And waited for the sun to rise. Do you think we'll be safe in here?
Sure.
Gavin did not think they would be safe in here.
But he did think that Maisie smelled better than anything he had ever smelled before.
If you're cold, you could have my coat.
Macy was not cold.
But she took his coat anyways.
And realized how kind his eyes were.
They spent the night huddled in the car.
Talking about their lives.
My parents divorced when I was 11.
And their YouTube channels.
I find it easier to talk to people when they're not actually there.
Nearly mentioning how lonely they were.
But never having the courage to do so.
Maisie felt her stomach lurch just thinking about it.
She leaned her head on Gavin's shoulder.
Gavin wondered how he got so lucky.
And eventually, they fell asleep.
The next morning, they had a plan.
And it was a doozy.
Madam Zariba!
Madam Zariba was a local psychic who claimed to speak to the dead.
Do you know someone who died? Do you have questions I want answered? Do you have $20? Well, come to Madam Zariba and let's see what happens.
We can't say whether or not Madam Zariba could actually talk to the dead.
Meh.
Gavin and Maisie were not going to find out.
Because Madam Zariba happened to be vacationing in Florida when Gavin called.
I need a tan.
Instead of the psychic, they got Madam Zariba's niece, Connie.
Hi.
Who thought talking to the dead was probably easier than talking to boys?
I don't know how to do it. I can't do it.
They happily agreed to hold a seance.
A table was set up between the two houses.
The witching hours approached,
Candles were lit.
and the participants took their positions.
I just wanted to let you both know I'm really honored you chose me for your first seance. It's a really special experience that I hope I don't mess up because you could possibly be possessed by a demon. It's not fun, I'm told. This is my neighbor Cheryl, who my mom made come with me because she doesn't like me being out late at night and I'm way underage.
Sup. I was told that there would be chips.
Yes, I'm calling dead spirits and I'm pretty sure I got the hang of it. Although I accidentally made some fettuccine sauce this morning.
This kid is funny.
So if we can put our hands on the table now, I'll start saying the incantations.
Connie Zariba threw her head back and began making sounds.
Yeah, let's call them sounds.
Incantata, Philosio, Incantata,
Silence, wonderful work.
We are contacting the spirits who haunt the hallowed halls of Barnaby. Tell us, what holds you here? Speak to us, speak!
Something supernatural was happening on Barnaby Street.
The wind began to pick up.
Trees began to sway.
Moans could be heard all around them.
And the ghosts of Barnaby Street felt themselves pulled out of their houses and into the seance circle.
Sadie tried to shout to her
But
colleague.
her voice wouldn't carry across the cyclone that was building around the table.
Are you sure you have control of this?
Gavin, I want this to stop.
I was also told that there would be salsa.
I can't believe this! But I feel like there's someone here who needs to speak. No, there's two souls. They feel so alone.
All her life, Sadie had never taken a chance.
And her safe life had been a prison.
Sadie was tired of prisons.
And she was ready for chances.
Without thinking.
Sadie Barnaby jumped into the living body of Maisie Murphy. And when Colin Huck saw what she had done,
He took the leap into Gavin Green.
The winds stopped.
The worlds stopped.
and the ghosts of Barnaby Street could finally meet.
Colin?
Sadie?
What have we done?
I don't know. I just couldn't bear another moment not talking to you.
This won't last.
I know. Nothing lasts.
I just want to tell you,
That if this doesn't work,
if I don't see you again,
I love you.
Sadie and Colin reached forward.
And as the fingers of Gavin and Macy touched,
Sadie and Colin's hearts burst with happiness. And their spirits were thrown back into their homes on Barnaby Street.
Did something happen? Did something happen? Did something happen? I think I was possessed by some ghost who died in that house.
Sadie, calm down.
My name is not Sadie. Look, I can't do this. I thought we could possibly, that maybe we could, but this is just too much. I don't think I ever want to see you again.
Macy left the table and slammed the door to her home.
Gavin was left alone and heartbroken.
That'll be $250, please.
And I'd like to go, please.
Weeks passed and all was quiet on Barnaby Street.
Macy staged her home, which only annoyed Aunt Temperance.
It smells like a street-toss bedroom in here.
She met with a realtor who was happy to sell 100 North Barnaby Street.
And ignored all the messages Gavin had sent.
I'm sorry. I don't really know what I did wrong, but I miss talking to you. I really don't want you to move.
Sadie and Colin had given up hope that they would ever join the houses.
Each ghost stood in the window nook.
And looked longingly across the yard, hoping the sight of the one they loved would be enough for all eternity.
Even the lightning bugs had gone.
On the night before Macy was scheduled to move,
Sadie floated down to her bed.
Even though she knew the living couldn't hear the voices of the dead.
She pulled up all of her strength.
And whispered into Maisie's ear.
I've never stepped outside this house before. I was taught to believe that only sadness came from out there. I never felt the need to open the door. But then I saw him across the yard and suddenly my own world was stretched beyond these four walls. I wanted to leave, but I'm not allowed. And I see you doing the same. If you're not careful, you'll be just like me. You have a chance to be loved. You have a chance to live how we were created to live. Don't hide from the beauty of the world.
The living cannot hear the voices of the dead.
But the heart can.
And when Maisie woke up in the morning, she ran out of 100 North Barnaby Street,
Across the yard.
And entered 100 South Barnaby Street.
Is everything okay?
I don't want to be alone anymore.
We aren't alone anymore.
and never planned to leave.
Whether Maisie and Gavin knew the true reason they'd been haunted,
Or they simply decided that the houses should be restored to their original state.
It's up to you to decide.
Because not long after the two declared their love for each other,
A contractor was hired.
The breezeway was hastily constructed between the two houses.
And for the first time, Sadie found herself at a door that she wanted to pass through.
with Colin standing on the other side.
go on, Prune, be adventurous.
With her aunt's encouragement,
Sadie Barnaby.
Who for centuries had been afraid to leave.
Ran into arms of love on
Barnaby Street